Morning, friends. I hope that you're doing well. I hope this video finds you well. We're going to continue. This will be our last book about birds. This book is kind of a question and answer book. So you ask a question on one side and they give you an answer right afterwards, okay? I hope that you were able to get outside today. It's a little cold and brisk, like not too cold, not too hot. It's just right. So it's been we've been pretty lucky this week with some pretty decent weather, and I heard that it might get cold this weekend. All right, so make sure to get some fresh air today. Today is Friday, May 8th, 2020. All right, I'm moving myself out of the way. So this book is sorry about that. This book is has tons of words. I don't want to get into the words, but we're just going to read this for information. All right. So here we go. Oh, sorry about that. Let me go back. Bom, 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 bom. So birds, a question and answer book. So here's our cardinal, right? We've already learned about this bird, right? We've met this bird a couple of times. So I'm going to put myself completely out of the way so you could see these beautiful pictures that they've taken in this book, okay? Meet the birds. Whoosh. An eagle lands on a tree. Eagles, peacocks, and penguins are all birds. These animals come in many shapes and sizes. So bald eagle. This is like the national bird of the United States. Do birds have a backbone? So before I even jump into this page, put your hand right in the middle of your back. That is a backbone. Feel it, right? You feel it right in the middle of your back. So let's find out if birds have backbones. Yes, birds have backbones. Most birds have hollow areas inside their bones. Hollow bones help make birds light so they can fly. Ruby-throated hummingbird. So ruby is another word for red sometimes. So you hear the word ruby red, so that's red. So we learned a little bit about hummingbirds yesterday, that hummingbirds fly backwards. Are birds warm-blooded or cold-blooded? So meaning if you have warm blood or cold blood. Really, so we have warm blood. Birds are warm-blooded. Their body temperature stays the same in hot and cold weather. Emperor penguin. Okay. What type of body coverings do birds have? So I want you to pay close attention to this page because we're going to look at it again. Birds have skin covered with feathers. So in place of what we have hair, they have feathers. Most birds have scales on their feet. Scales. All birds have wings. Wings. So we have wings, feathers, bill. Sometimes you call this a beak, scales. But for this purposes, we're going to call these claws. So this is the African gray parrot. How do birds eat? So before we even jump into this page, I want you to look at this picture. What is it that you notice this osprey doing? He's grabbing a fish right out of the river or lake. Pretty impressive. Birds use their bills to eat. Some birds eat seeds, fruit, or worms. Other birds hunt for fish, mice, snakes, or frogs. Where do birds live? This bird's called a roadrunner. There used to be an old cartoon with a roadrunner and a coyote. And I mean, you may have seen a commercial about it. I don't think they're really on TV anymore, but he'd say beep, beep. And this bird was blue and he'd run really fast. You can find birds almost anywhere. Birds live in forests, deserts, and even icy places. They also live on beaches. So in icy places, we have a penguin, right? Forest, pretty much a lot of birds that we've already met. And deserts, here we go, a roadrunner. How do birds have young? Birds lay eggs in a nest. Then chicks hatch from the eggs. Most chicks stay in the nest until they fly. Robins. So looking at this picture, think about how these robin chicks get fed and who feeds them, right? My noticing right away is their eyes. They don't even have eyes yet. They're growing. Do birds care for their young? So this is called a swan. So looking at this picture, do you think they care for their young? Do you think the moms and dads and their guardians care for the babies? Yep. Yes. Most birds sit on their eggs to keep them warm. They bring food to their chicks, then they teach the chicks how to find food. Oh. So a parent bird brings food to their chicks, and then they teach them how to find food for themselves. What is a cool fact about birds? Ooh, we met this bird 2 days ago, I think. Ostrich. So we know that they're very tall, and these guys run super fast. So let's find out. Some birds cannot fly. Penguins waddle and swim instead of flying. Ostriches cannot fly either, but they can run very fast. Wow, so that's two birds that we know that can't fly. So our job today for the writing component is as follows. Okay, so there's 2 pages. The first page is super simple. I think that the first part, at least, right, is relatively simple. You're gonna write your name, and so I took this picture right out of the book, and then I put in some parts that you could label. So claws, right? Beak or bill, feathers, wings. Okay, so thinking about where these parts go, where would claws go? You put the word claws here. Beak or bill, you'd put it right there, right? And then feathers and wings, you can figure out, right? What body parts do all birds have? So we've met a bunch of different birds. What body parts do they all have? What do you think they all have? Let's think about it out loud, right? We all know that they almost all have beaks or bills. They all have wings, right? They all have, so use a picture to help with your writing. Now, here's a picture that we saw in the book. Let me make it a little bit larger so you can see it better. All right, that might be better. So I took this right out of the book again. What do these baby birds need? So what do you think these baby birds need? What do they need to survive? Like, what do you need to survive, right? How do you think they will get what they need? So how? Thinking about who will help them, right? Okay, so this is the last day for birds. I hope that this video finds you well. Make sure that you're being safe out there and enjoy your weekend, and happy Mother's Day to you mothers. All right, bye.